What is up? How's everyone doing tonight? Get close to the end of the week. Get close to the beautiful start of the weekend and a nice, peaceful weekend. I definitely need. I don't know about y'all, but this past week has been not stressful, but it's been like really busy, but like quietly busy. So it hasn't been a bad week for me, but you whenever you have like a really super busy week like I did during Thanksgiving, which didn't even let me go to Thanksgiving. I got sick and had to stay home. But whenever I have a really busy week like that, the week after, even if it's not busy, is still difficult sometimes. Well, guys, here we are. It is Thursday night. Time for the state of, and something that I didn't think we'd have to talk about at all, a black Snape. But before we get into that, before we get into the dumb shit that George R. R. Martin decided to say again, before we get into what was the other thing? Some of these trailers that I'm really, really excited about. I want to talk about. Ooh, there needs to be a dark mode for that website. Damn, that's way too bright. This beautiful, beautiful news that we have received. We finally have it, guys. It finally happened. We now know that season 3 of the Rings of Power has been confirmed. It is happening. We don't have to wait anymore. The good news is here. Obviously, I kid. This is a big old piece of dog shit and should not exist. But it's going to. And so my question for what's up, Breezy? My question for the chat is, how do y'all feel about this? I know how I feel. But did anyone think that it wasn't going to happen? Because they told us near the end of season 2 that it was that season 3 was in like pre-development. And so the Amazon oncologist called and that's beautiful. So they told us in like near the end of season 2 that it was in pre-development for season 3. But then they hadn't like confirmed anything. And then Amazon said an announcement will be made before the end of October. Well, October came and went. As we now know, November has come and gone as well. And they are just now confirming this. What's up, Matthew Ween? So I'll be honest. I don't think that I thought that they were actually going to cancel the show, but I did think that they would end up pivoting. Now I'm getting a little worried that my internet is fucked up. Hang on. Nah, looks good to me. I just got that stupid little thing is in the corner telling me, low signal or whatever it is. No, Breezy, it's not $1 billion for 5 seasons. It was like $800 million for the first season. That included buying the rights. And then this second season has already been like $30 million an episode. I think that was what? 8. Let me pull up Amazon. This is another thing that I always find very interesting. Amazon does not advertise Rings of Power on Amazon Prime. Like, if I spent $1 billion on something, I would make sure that it was flashed across everything permanently. But they don't. So let's go to featured originals. Nope. Nope. Still Man the High Castle over Rings of Power. There we go. Okay, so Rings of Power season 2 was 8 episodes. So yeah, so it was like I think $25 to $30 million an episode, which blows my fucking mind. How could I thought it was at least 3 seasons guaranteed? I think so. I think the 3 seasons are supposed to be basically true. Well, not true. Are supposed to actually happen, and then I think they want to do another 2, but I don't think those last 2 are like actually happening. Let's see. So here's a lie. The reviews were positive for the sophomore outing. I gotta take a headphone off. I'm getting way too much echo in my ears. Viewership took a dip, and there was some uncertainty regarding the status of the Rings of Power Season 3. Viewership took a dip because no one gave a shit anymore. And reviews were not positive. I don't know a single person that watched this show and said, this is a good show. Like, I think there are a bunch of people that have watched, what's the thing called? War of the Rohirrim. And have said, I'm going to watch it and when it comes out next week. And I'm praying I'm right about this. But I'm going to watch it, and I think that I'm going to walk out there going, if it wasn't called Lord of the Rings, it would be a fine movie. But the fact that, right, Andy, the fact that they're using Lord of the Rings, the fact that they're butchering Helm's story, and honestly butchering the daughter's story, I have no faith anymore. McKay and Payne confirmed that that season 3 is now underway, meaning the show has seemingly been renewed. Though the showrunners are careful not to let any details slip regarding what audiences should expect, Payne reveals that they're, quote, prepping now very, very intensely. Ooh. So, yeah, breezy. I don't doubt that it's going to be girl boss, but Eowyn was a girl boss, and it still worked. So my hope is that I'm going to be able to walk out of there and go, these 2 things bugged me, but this was great. Like I think I'm going to. That's my prayer right now. Plus, I really want that popcorn bucket. I mean, so heads up, everybody. What do you think that the Rings of Power Season 3 confirmation means for the Lord of the Rings show? I think it means that Season 3 is happening. But clearly that's too, like, on edge. Oh, an hour? That sucks. God, these images are just shit. Adar, the Lord of Gifts. And then she puts it on. God. McKay and Payne and Amazon have long held that they have a 5-season plan for the Rings of Power. And the confirmation of Season 3 means this plan is one step closer to coming to fruition. I mean, can y'all just give me the money? Like, I won't even take all of it. You know, just give me 5% and I'll be happy. And then this fucking show is the reason why Amazon had to do the whole new tier level for Prime Video. We already see, this is the shit that also bugs the hell out of me. Though the Rings of Power isn't a flawless show, it's still remarkable to see television being made at this scale and budget level. We saw television being made at this scale and budget level since 2010. Fucking Game of Thrones. Season 3 will be an interesting test regarding the show's long-term prospects when it comes to viewership. After Season 1 left many viewers cold, Season 2's audience could consist more of those who actually enjoyed the show and its characters, meaning it could hold strong in Season 3 and beyond. But what is that audience? Thank you. Yeah. Jeez. But yeah, so what is that audience? How many people do y'all know that actually watch this show? It blows my mind that they could sit there and lie and lie and lie. The numbers come out, the numbers that we can like confirm and shit with what's it called? What's it called? Nielsen. And they just go, nah. They don't know what they're talking about. What is the let's see. So season 2 is up to 4 stars with 1,600 ratings. You know what? Just for the hell of it, Prime Video. Let's look at Clarkson's Farm season 3. 5 stars, 333 ratings. 2 stars. So this is how you know this is bullshit. So let me just make sure another Prime. Yeah. All right. So here's Clarkson's Farm, season 2. 2,401 rankings, whatever you want to call them, 5 stars. IMDb 9.0. Now we go to Prime, or we go to I gotta find it again. Rings of Power. And 1,606 ratings, 4 stars. The largest show any television company has ever made, and more people watch Clarkson's Farm, which honestly is a good thing because Clarkson's Farm, I think, has done more for promoting and advocating for farming than any other show in the history of television. And I think it's done more to show the difficultness and the difficulty at which farmers deal in their everyday life. I think it's one of that moment in season 1 where you find out that they only made 144 pounds. And he looks at I think he was looking at Charlie. He goes, what about the farms that don't have an Amazon TV show to float half of its budget? Dude, Matt, I'm telling you right now, if that shit doesn't get overturned, there will be November 5th will look like nothing. Yeah, they did. Yeah, exactly. There was a 50% drop between season 1 and season 2 of Rings of Power. It's bullshit. Terrible show. But yeah, Clarkson's Farm, if you haven't watched it yet, definitely watch it. Now, we're going to break this up into 2 things. Oh, good for you. What was the thing about? That's right. Okay. So, as we talked about 2 weeks ago, because we didn't do one of these last week, I've been slightly disappointed with the way that Yellowstone has worked out this season. It'll by season 3, viewership will be just the few hardcore illiterate fans, the ones that are illiterate and don't know how to read. That's who's going to be watching season 3. No, Breezy, you should definitely watch it. Okay, so I have not watched the last 2 episodes. I have been doom scrolling instead, a little bored. But I did hear that season 3 or episode 3 did pick up. It got better, and season 4 or episode 4 got a little better as well. So I do need to watch those. I will come back next week and make a decision. But we did get a little bit of news on 1923. Was this it? I'm trying to find. I honestly, I kind of figured if I just looked up 1923 on YouTube, I would get the stupid thing that dropped today. There we go. Okay. What? Watch on YouTube. Okay, let's look at this. So there's 15 seconds. So we got a little bit of a teaser. Okay, let's share this little bad boy. Everybody ready? Too late.
This ranch is under attack. Our way of life is under attack. I'm asking you to protect them.
1923, new season streaming February 23rd, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Now, so a couple really great things there.
This ranch is...
One, they told us where to watch the damn thing instead of what they did with Yellowstone, where they aired it on Paramount Network and live TV on Paramount Plus, and then didn't tell anyone that it was only going to be on Paramount Network. So if anyone watched 1923, the first season, we know that John, I don't remember. Oh, crap. 1923. Jacob, played by Harrison Ford, is recovering from his injuries and has recovered. And we kind of see that here. Like, he's clearly, over it. I say over it. How over it can you be getting shot?
Is under attack.
They're in the winter, so this is, cold ass time in Montana. But Spencer is clearly still somewhere hot. Maybe not hot. He is wearing a lot. He got a little vest on. But he ended the season. Yeah. He ended the first season being taken off the boat in... Was it in England he was taken off the boat? I know he hit the royal person. But I vaguely remember thinking it was weird that that's where they got him. So was it England or was it like France they took him off the boat in?
Our way of...
I'm going to say this is also Montana. They're wearing a lot more than Spencer was wearing.
Life is under attack.
And then we've got which one is he? Jack. This is Jack Dutton, isn't it? Darren Mann plays him. Yeah. So you got Jack Dutton. Still a lot of cold shit. Looks like I think Spencer's in handcuffs here.
To protect them.
Yeah. So you got Spencer in handcuffs, clearly going after, I'm going to guess, Michelle.
I'm asking you to protect.
Who is getting captured by some sort of Pinkerton-looking guy.
1923.
All right, dude, I need, Sean, if you're watching, I need you to send me the fucking photos. Trying to stop this stuff on YouTube sucks. Someone having a fight. I'm going to guess this is on a boat.
Protect them.
I can't even stop it in time.
Protect them.
Shit. How do I do the... No. Oh, well, fuck it. All right, I'm just really excited for it. It comes out February 23rd. I think it's definitely one of the better things Sheridan does. Landman, yes, Matsuine, I think you're a little too harsh on it. I think Landman is incredible so far. But I will say that I've been rather annoyed with the whole ex-wife daughter storyline. They've done too much with it. I'm kind of tired of it. I'm ready to see more about like actually being an oil man. More of the fight between Monty, who's played by John Hamm, and Billy Bob Thornton's character. That's what I really want out of this show. I'm tired of watching the ex-wife be a whore. I'm tired of watching the daughter be a whore. Like it's getting annoying. You know, I love hot women, but I wanted to watch this show to watch Billy Bob Thornton kick ass as an oil man. And so far, I've only got a little bit of that. But I will say that it is extremely enjoyable to watch Billy Bob Thornton and his little quibs at the attorney, at the wife. They're all really funny. I love him basically telling the bartender to shut the fuck up. I think it's hilarious. Landman and season 2 of Tulsa King cons for me are the stupid ass songs they play between every scene and the whore ex-wife and daughter. Yeah. So I haven't watched season 2 of Tulsa King yet. I need to. I think I'm going to watch it this week, and report back about everything. But look, I was a bigger fan of what was the other one? The who played Hawkeye? Mayor of Kingstown. I've been a bigger fan of that than Tulsa King, but I think that's just because I liked the politicking and like the darkness of it. Tulsa King, I haven't seen enough out of season 1, and so season 2, I really needed to get into a little more of like the dirty side of that world. But like I said, I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to watch it this weekend, and hopefully I come out going, holy crap, can't wait for the rest of it. And dude, that dude's about to get paid. With the sad state that Yellowstone season 3 or season 5 is in, 5B, I should say. I don't think Paramount is ever going to let one of the main actors of those shows get away again. They're going to lock them all up. They're gonna lock Sylvester Stallone up with a big contract because they don't want him leaving. Not that he would. I don't think he would leave to go do anything else because he's making more money than I think he's made on almost any project. And as far as I can tell from a little bit of what I've seen and read, he's actually really enjoying it. Jeez. Just looking at this stuff about Landman. Yeah. Matthew, I definitely agree. The whole mother-daughter storyline in it it's just getting old. I am really excited to get back to 1923. So one thing that really annoyed me in Yellowstone and was kind of annoying me in 1923 was the Indian storyline. Like whenever Monica, the Casey's wife, starts teaching at the college and starts being like, which Christopher Columbus am I supposed to teach about? It just bugs the shit out of me, and I just skip through all those scenes. But the Indian storyline in 1923, I'm a big fan of. Like the showing like the cruelty of the Catholic Church in some of those schools they ran. Like I'm really interested to see how that whole storyline folds out because we get some fucking cool shit coming out of Tiana Rainwater. Clearly going to be like the great grandmother of Chief Rainwater, I'm sure, but should be a lot of fun. Okay, guys. So the last video I ever did for this channel was about this. So we saw that thing about Snape being black in the new TV show. I still don't know if I put a lot of credence into it. I think it's probably a float to see what character, or for somebody to prove what characters are important in this show. I don't think we're going to end up with a black Snape. I think that would be that would be dumb. That'd be dumb as hell for them to actually do. But then it would be, I think, even dumber for JK to even be okay with it. JK clearly wrote Snape. He's clearly her favorite character. He's the only Alan Rickman is the only person in the entire production that she told the ending of the story to, so that he would know how to play Snape the entire time. That's the only one. So the fact that she would be okay with this degradation of who I do believe is one of her favorite characters in the stories she wrote, I think that's ass backwards. I think this is some weird thing that some agent has concocted to try to get her or his client a bunch of new roles. I don't think any of this has any merit. But if it does happen, I think it's DOA. I think the entire show will be dead on arrival. So Francesca Gardner and the executive producer Mark Mylod, did an interview with the Hollywood Reporter where they told them that they met with, or they received auditions from 32,000 kids. A lot of reviewing that creative team is going to have to do. And this is another reason why I think the casting of the black guy is not happening, because they haven't even cast these three yet. And while you don't necessarily do that kind of stuff in a particular order, if you find a guy, you're like, that dude should play him. Let's go ahead and try to lock him down. I'm sure that happens all the time. But I do not think that they are casting Dumbledore and Snape and McGonagall and all these ancillary characters before they've cast the big three. So they plan to watch every episode or every interview audition of the 32,000 children. So they're going to try to do 500 to 1,000 a day. And they're hoping to have it down to a choice few sometime in January. So, again, I don't think we start getting any actual news about who is going to be who until January. We may find out who's on that short list quickly. It wouldn't surprise me if agents or parents start leaking shit. But I think the big three are going to look as close to these three as they could possibly get. Currently, the team's plan is to begin filming in summer of 25. Outside of the main three kids, Gardner revealed a few other details about their thoughts on the rest of the cast, aiming to stick to their canonical ages. Specifically, per the THR report, Gardner points out that Lily and James Potter were 21 when they died, while Snape was in his 30s. Hang on. Oh, they're talking about at the start of the story, Snape's in his 30s. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Again, I don't think this whole rumor of Papa Esidu is true. The entire description of Snape: long, black, greasy hair, crooked nose, ghostly appearance. And then if you do this, I'm sure we've all seen this on Twitter everywhere. If you do this, it becomes relatively clear that the entire point is going to be to make James look like a racist. Let's see. Outside of Sedu, the only other casting information we've gotten is who could potentially play Albus Dumbledore. According to a Variety article from November, Mark Rylance is at the top of the casting wish list for Hogwarts headmaster. Again, this is a wish list. It doesn't mean that he's actually going to be cast. After previously saying that J.K. Rowling is going to be heavily involved, HBO's chief, Casey Bloys, also addressed some of the controversy around this statement, saying, "I'm totally comfortable with it. I'm not worried about it. Look at the huge success of the Hogwarts video game last year. I'm not concerned about consumer response." Meaning that, shit, Casey, I can't remember if Casey Bloys is a dude or a girl. Casey, I feel like it's a guy, but I really cannot remember. I've looked this up before too. It's a dude, yeah. It clearly shows that he doesn't give a shit about the I say doesn't give a shit. In this instance, doesn't care about the people that might get angry about it, about everyone being white or some shit like that. The Harry Potter TV show, which has reportedly been in development since 2021, is said to be a faithful adaptation of Rowling's novels. It's been given a 10-year commitment by Warner Brothers, and while Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav previously said it's set to debut in 2026, Bloys clarified more recently that it could premiere in early 2027. Which, let's see, sounds about right, considering we've got Night of Seven Kingdoms coming out in summer of next year. And then 2026 is House of Dragon season 3. So unless they go right into production for 9 of the Seven Kingdoms season 2, HBO is gonna need a big landmark thing for 2027. So that I think that could I think this will be that thing. Pilgrim, not really, kind of. I still think it's kind of bullshit. I don't think there's a snowball's chance in hell. A black snake does not fit the character description that J.K. writes of Snape. So, seeing as how this is supposed to be a quote faithful adaptation, and that in my belief that Snape is one of J.K.'s favorite characters, I don't think she's going to butcher the character like that. I would not be surprised to see other characters race swapped or gender swapped, but I don't think any of these major characters or characters that are truly important to the story are going to be race or gender swapped just to check boxes. Because again, HBO does not need to check those actor boxes. They could check the boxes using other things. Clearly, HBO wants this to win awards. If they aren't able to get the awards using, our main character is gay or transgender or black or shit like that, they can get the awards by checking the box of 70% of our or it's like 40% of our staff were minorities or this or that. There are other ways to get these awards. So I don't think they have to worry about that. So, Mash, that's kind of what I was saying. I think it's either a way to bring attention to the show. It's a very quick way to do it. Or it is a way for a agent to attract attention to his or her client, which is kind of what I think it is. I think Papa Isudu is probably not being hired to do stuff, and so some agent floated this to somebody, and they were like, "Oh, let's run with this." I mean, if we look at his IMDb, Black Doves, there's nothing that I'm like super impressed about with this. And also, I mean, he's a little bit of like Royal Shakespeare Company stuff at the beginning of his career, but I mean, he's only recently really started having a lot of work. About 2020 is when he started having a lot of work. So I don't think that's happening. I think it's going to be a lot more of a safer pick. I won't be surprised if they, race swap Flitwick or Madame Pomfrey or some shit like that. But I don't think Snape's getting race swapped. I think they're going to try and get Snape as close to Alan Rickman as they possibly can. What do y'all think? I mean, I'm overcoming a cold. Why? Do I sound that shitty? Well, I mean, that would make sense. He doesn't have a soul. Okay. Now for the thing I've been waiting for. Okay. I'm not self-conscious about that at all. I'm not. Nope, not at all. Here we go. Trailer for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Peggy 18.
Is that what you really want, son? No matter how many people you kill, you can't change what's happened.
Ordentes fortuna juvat! What does it actually mean? Fortune favours the brave.
Damn
All we
right.
have to do is deliver a letter to Lord Otto von Bergov and ride back again. So I wouldn't expect much excitement there. Hans, look at me.
My boy, war is a nasty business. And it is better to have your head on your neck and your foe on his knees than the other way around.
These days we have all sorts of vagabonds, drifters, outlaws, and bandits roaming the country. I urge you all to be vigilant. You know who I am!
You can't kill me. You're the same as me. You play the game. But you don't understand the rules. And in the end, you'll lose.
I'm not like you.
Sigismund is mustering his allies and their armed forces to Kuttenberg.
He'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Now!
Are we seriously gonna wait, cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame?
I remember everyone I killed. Are you sure you didn't kill someone's father or mother? War is a nasty business.
Yep, let's do it. Let's go. Come on. Who wants to go with me? I am stoked. And totally Brathy and yellow. Drive them out in shame, lads. Totally agree. So it does look like it's going to take up immediately where the game ended, where the first one ended. Yeah, Breezy. I was playing the first one. Shit. Back in September, I think. God, it's been so long. I am interested in the fact that we did not hear anything from any of the characters from the first one, with the exception of Hans and Henry. Didn't hear from Lord Radzik. Didn't hear from the other dude, the old guy that has the other keep. So I wonder if that means that they're not in it. Though I do think I heard something that the guy that voiced the one that I can't remember his name is in this game. So whether they're reusing him for a different role, or maybe they just didn't put any of the other lines or characters in. Maybe they're trying to hide some stuff. I'm totally good with that. I do love how everything looks better. Like the first one didn't look bad, but it didn't look like, I don't want to say AAA, but it looked like it was made by a small studio. And this one doesn't. And one of the things that I really like is I actually had the pleasure of having Warhorse Studios in my first stream for this game, and I was talking to whoever it was, whether it was the CEO or the lowly intern. I was talking to them about it, and one of the things that I liked was, even though Embracer bought Warhorse, they have left Warhorse alone when making this game. They have not tried to control them. They have not tried to tell them what to put in the game or anything like that. And I've been following it pretty closely. So I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy that Embracer seems to have, at least in this case, decided not to fuck up something good that they have, because they've been fucking up. They're down. What is it, like almost $2 billion? I like that. One of the things that I really enjoyed about the first game was the sheer amount of, let's call it customization. I loved the kind of armor you could pick, outfitting your horse, shit like that. Horse, I said. And so being able to, it looks like we're going to have just a bunch more options in this one. And I'm really excited about that. I'm hoping that maybe, hang on, let's find it again. I'm hoping maybe we get to carry banners as well. That'd be pretty cool to be like a banner guard for some of these guys. Her. So clearly this is, or not, maybe not clearly, but I'm relatively sure this is not Teresa. I think this is another woman. And clearly she's going to be someone important. She's, not only is she in the trailer, but she's here. Right here. So I don't know if that means that they're going to have some sort of storyline like they did with the Woman's Lot DLC. I never finished it not because it was, oh, let's go be a woman, but because I went from fighting to basically having to sneak around. It was like, that's not what I want to do right now. I want to get back to fighting. Now, if it fits better into the story, into the pace of play and stuff like that, I think I'll be much happier with it. But they do definitely, this is the test for them. A woman in this story. And are you going to force the player to basically step away from the character that we've been playing and developing and liking to play as the damsel in distress, or is this just, she teams up with us to go somewhere or something? That's what my guess is. I think it's going to become more of a companion mission or two, but I don't think it's going to be some like woke girl boss thing. Or at least maybe not some unearned girl boss thing. Yep. More, it does look like we're going to be able to customize stuff. Like, you see, you got knights here with the front of their helms up. Now, in the game, it only looked like you were wearing your helm when you were either in the cutscene or you took your sword out. So your helm would drop and you'd see through whatever face stuff you had. And I hope that this is how they do it this time, that the mask stays up unless you're in combat. But clearly we're going to have a lot more siege battles. I guess Henry's going to have to make a decision about torture. I do not recognize any of the places, though, so I think that's a good thing. Huh. But yeah, thoughts, guys? What do y'all think? like I said, I'm super excited for it. I will, and they moved it up a week. So instead of coming out on the 11th, it's coming out on the 4th now. So I have to cancel my PTO and move it up a week now. Such a difficult problem to have. Let's see. So the last thing we're going to talk about tonight, which actually works out because looks like we're going to get to just over an hour, and I think we are, but Wi-Fi seems to be fucking up a little bit. There we go. Yep. Dumbass George. The dumbass. That's what I need to do. I need to make a like a short video where I just shit on George for being an idiot. So here we are. George had an interview with the Hollywood Reporter. So he sat down with someone instead of writing the book. Unfortunately, I am 13 years late. Every time I say that, I'm like, how could I be 13 years late? I don't know. It happens a day at a time. But that's still a priority. I do hope to visit it. A lot of people are already writing obituaries for me. They're saying, oh, he'll never be finished. Maybe they're right. I don't know. I'm alive right now. I seem pretty vital. So here's the thing. Let's scroll over here to his Not a Blog. November 28th. November 22nd. November 19th. November 18th. 17th. Fuck is this shit? God, it's dumb. 13th. 10. Tell you what, he's lost some weight, hasn't he? That dude is definitely gay. 31st. We can go on and on and on. Oh, hang on a second. This is more shitting on Donald Trump and MAGA. God. So the point I'm making here is we've got, oh my God, he's on Blue Sky. Tell me he's on Blue Sky. It's fucking hilarious. So the point I'm making is that instead of writing his fucking book, instead of writing the only reason anybody knows who this fat fuck's name is, he just sits there and goes on trips, writes forwards for books, writes the other book no one gives a fucking shit about, or does these dumbass Film Awards shit. George R.R. Martin, finish the fucking book. 13 years. You have been writing this thing for 13 years. And even if I'm right, and you've actually only been writing this version for 5 years, it's still 5 years. Stop making trips. Stop lying to your fans. Stop calling your fans assholes for wanting you to finish the fucking book and just fucking finish it. Welcome to my TED Talk. Because he's a dumbass. Because the idiot wrote himself in a corner, can't figure out how to finish it in the 2 books that he's got left. Instead of admitting it and saying, you know what? I was wrong. I can't do this in 7 books. Let's turn it into 8. Let's break Winds of Winter into 2 volumes. He just wants to not do it. Like fucking hell, man. How hard is it? You've had 13 years. The show's been over for 5. Like, fucking finish it. It's not hard. You already sued the people that tried to finish it. God. And then he writes shit like that. That thing, where was it? Where he talks about how MAGA is un-American and how Emma Lazarus poem on the new Colossus, which is the name of the poem, is all about the true America and shit like that. And it's like you clearly don't know what you're talking about. That shit just pisses me off. Using past histories to justify stupid decisions today is bullshit. Wade says Belichick is more relevant than George R.R. Martin. Just because Bill Belichick interviewed for a single coaching job and isn't going to get it because he's washed up as hell, the only reason he interviewed is because he's tired of hanging out with his 23-year-old girlfriend. I don't know how you can be tired of that. I want a 23-year-old girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Well, guys, I think that's going to be about it. I'd love to talk more about George's dumbassery, but I'll leave you with this. Let's see. He is washed up. It has been 4,891 days since A Dance of Dragons came out. It has been 13 years, 4 months, and 22 days. Like, holy shit. We got a new fucking Witcher book. There's a new Wheel of Time tome coming out soon, isn't there? Like, George, give us the damn book. It's annoying as hell. And honestly, I'm happy to be in this struggle with the rest of you. Well, guys, until next time, I will be back tomorrow playing some, what's it called? Dark Souls 3. I'm going to be playing that all weekend. Probably a little bit of Call of Duty. Been having a lot of fun doing that. And then, maybe I'll finally make another video. Who knows? Hope everyone has a great time. Hope you all have a great Friday. Hope Hope everyone's Friday is fantastic. And since for some reason it doesn't seem to want to work, I'm going to have to go this way. Adios, everybody.